Hello everyone, welcome back to Tartan Samurai Gaming. And it's a first time playthrough for me today. We're playing Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. This one comes highly recommended, but I know almost nothing about it. So let's get into it. Oh, nice Godzilla sound effect there to kick things off. Let's start with 7 credits and see how we get on. Okay. So this is the character select. Let's go for Mustafa. Yeah, flying kicks sound like a good idea. Okay, 2513, the East Coast. So it looks like we're in some sort of a Mad Max style post-apocalyptic thing here. But I'm guessing there's going to be dinosaurs as well. So, Mad Max with dinosaurs. I like that premise. That sounds promising. Nice simple controls as well. Just a jump button and an attack button. Yeah, so far this feels pretty good. Like similar to Final Fight, but a bit smoother. And oh, there's weapons as well. Okay, that's handy. Oh, and big, larger gents that will charge at you. That's I assume that's a power-up. Now, what am I supposed to do here? Jump out the window? Yes, there we go. Oh. Ah, that's handy. So when the weapon runs out of ammo, you can just pick it up and throw it at the opponent. That's good. Always recycle, people. So I assume this bad guy has captured that dinosaur. Oh. Right, okay. I draw the line at animal cruelty. You're getting your head stoved in, son. I'm not going to hit the dino because he's an innocent party in all this. Looks like a velociraptor, I believe. It could be a Deinonychus, looking at the claws on its feet. Yes, I was into dinosaurs when I was a kid, so I do have some ideas. Ah. I wonder if this was the inspiration for that part in Streets of Rage 3 with the, where, you know, you have a similar situation with a kangaroo. The enemy sets a kangaroo on you, but if you beat up the enemy and leave the kangaroo will run away to freedom, and you get to unlock him as a playable character later on as well. So apparently this was based on a comic book, which I haven't read, because I wanted to go into this as much of a blind play as possible, just to see how I react to it. And I've got to say I'm enjoying it so far. Just nice, simple beat-em-up action. Oh, that's handy. So when you come back in after losing a life, you throw some grenades everywhere. That's very useful. Right. Ah, a cup of coffee. Right. I guess that's level 1 clear. A Street Fighter 2 style knockout sound there. I have no idea what bad Wama Jamba means, but you do you, Mustafa. We'll go with that. Ah, kind of a Fatal Fury style cityscape view there. Okay, so now we're going after somebody called the Butcher. There's definitely Street Fighter influences here as well, with those like kind of post-win screens with the enemy kind of talking to you. That was definitely something that Street Fighter 2 really kind of pioneered. I mean, there was an element of it in the first Street Fighter game as well, but the digitized speech was absolutely atrocious. But hey, it was 1987, you can't blame them for that. So this is more weapon carrying enemies in this level so far. I guess that's just the way we're going with it here. Oh dear. Right, T-Rex has woke up, so we want to keep out his way, I think. Ah. It's good that they give you the option of moving on without hurting the dinosaurs. That's nice. You know me, I'm all about being kind to animals, even extinct ones. Oh dear. Oh, nice little... I think that's a Brachiosaurus in the background, is it? If it's not, feel free to tell me in the comments. And we have a grenade. So, who's going to be lucky and get this thrown at them? Let's go with this guy here. There we go. Ah, Streets of Rage style there. You can throw the knives after you've worn them out. This is a really nice game to play. It feels, the controls feel very smooth. As far as early 90s arcaders go, this is excellent. I'm enjoying this so far. And unlike most arcade games, there's plenty of opportunities to regenerate your health as well, so it feels fair. It doesn't feel like a money grab, which essentially all arcade games are supposed to be, so... Not sure what the timer means, but anyway. Ah, so the rifle becomes a weapon once I should say a melee weapon once you've fired it. Ah, that'll be the butcher chopping up the Stegosaurus. Oh dear, we're gonna have to sort you out, son. That's not on. Oh, and he dropped a machete for us. How nice. He's dropped his other machete now. A Rolex there? Yep, you know the name now on the watch. What's it to say about never bring a knife to a gunfight? This boss definitely hits harder than the previous level's boss, but his attacks are a lot easier to predict. So, oh, I seem to have accidentally switched characters there. Now playing as Hannah. Okay, that's all right. Nice to try out all the different characters. I mean, we did the same when we played through the Alien vs Predator game, so makes sense. Yeah, she is obviously a little bit faster than Mustafa, and it doesn't quite hit as hard. Still, we're slowly but surely wearing down this boss. I'm going to grab that hamburger. Definitely shades of Chun-Li about this character, particularly with her kung fu stance and the way she does her flying kicks. Yeah, you can see an inspiration there clearly. Okay, level 2 boss is down. She kind of looks a bit like a comic book Lois Lane, actually. And now we move on to the next level. Hill Road. Ah, yeah, this is clearly Mad Max inspired at this point. Mad Max with dinosaurs, huh? Too bad this was never adapted into a film. It sounds like it'd be a pretty fun premise. These days the budget for it would probably be ridiculous. Ah, so that's the Cadillac, as in Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Right, now it makes sense. This is fun, just ploughing through bad guys. Ah, excellent. Right, that'll be our main villain, I assume. I think what I need to do is just try and get as close to him as I can, and then just try and hit him with the... I'm guessing eventually he's going to knock me out of the car, and then we're going to have a boss fight. Yeah. Okay. Right, so Streets of Rage 2 style, we're going to knock him off the bike. Okay. Maybe he doesn't actually come off the bike. Maybe we have to just shoot at him. It's looking that way. This is a tough boss fight, but definitely a bit of a difficulty gradient up from the previous 2 levels. Ah, nasty. So I guess each character has their own kind of explosive way to re-enter the level after losing a life. You know, the Mustafa was throwing grenades, and then she has some sort of rockets. He went down awfully easily there. Oh well. Job done, I suppose. Perfect. Well, not quite, but there you go. We'll take that. Yeah, I keep saying it, but for a first-time playthrough, I'm impressed with this so far. It's fun. Oh, someone's bombed their garage. That's not going to go down well. Jack's garage. I assume Jack is one of the other characters. Okay, that'll be the boss then. Oh, it's a stone. We're throwing stones at people now, huh? Okay. Oh, there's an ammo count on the weapons as well. That's nice. Nice little touch. If only a dime was worth 1,000 points in real life. Anyway. I'm assuming these are going to give us some bonuses. Yep, pizza and gold dust. Okay. Speaking of gold dust, I'll have to do a WWF game at some point. Probably the old arcade one. That was a classic. I remember I played the WWF game on the Mega Drive. I think it was WrestleMania. It was okay, but the characters were very small, and the roster was a bit obscure, if I remember right. Characters like Papa Shango and IRS, obviously popular at the time, but not exactly what you would call legends these days. Although, no, IRS is pretty legendary, I suppose. But well, I'm not a wrestling expert anyway, so I should probably stop talking about wrestling and get back to the task at hand. So, we have... Ah, how nice of the bad guys to just sit there and wait for us, and then knock me out as soon as I arrive. Oh, that's a 2x4. Hacksaw Jim Duggan would be proud. Ah, another trope borrowed from Street Fighter, the exploding barrels. That had its own bonus level, if I remember right. Though, I seem to remember in the Mega Drive version of Street Fighter they swapped it out for smashing up a brick wall for some reason. Must have been graphical limitations or what have you. Oh, 4 big fellas, alright. Another wrestling reference. Those guys appear to be quite clearly modelled on the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon. Wonder whatever happened to those guys. Well, let's be honest, they were morbidly obese 30 years ago. I'd be very surprised if they were still with us, though hopefully they are. Okay, on to the next section. Now the boss. Don't call her man. She looks like the sort of person that wouldn't approve of being called man. Oh dear. Let's try this other character, whoever he is. Oh, he's got a bazooka. He had a bazooka. Meso. Right, this is obviously your Mike Hagar muscle-bound archetype. I guess that's a good name for a boss. Slice. Does exactly what it says on the tin, doesn't it? Ooh, this character's a little bit too slow for me. I think I might go back to Mustafa after this. Yeah, this guy is not a million miles away from the first boss in Streets of Rage with the boomerang either. It's kind of... I guess these games all came out around about the same time, didn't they? And he's got that kind of silhouette movement of the level 2 boss in Streets of Rage as well. Okay. Oh dear. Good fighter, but not a particularly handsome chap, is he? Fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down by the looks of it. Okay. Oh. So, the Village of Flame. Ah. Right, let the dino go its own way. I'm not gonna hurt the dinosaurs. I'm gonna try not to anyway. Oh dear, sorry Dino, you kinda got in my way there. Oh, screen is getting a little chaotic now. It was all going a little too well, wasn't it? Right, let's try Jack, and then I think that'll be us. We've played everybody at that point. So this is obviously the Cody stroke Axel archetype, just the good all-rounder. Because he moves fairly fast, but not as fast as Hannah. And he hits hard, but not as hard as Meso or whatever his name was. Okay. Pterodactyl, I don't want to hurt you, go away. Oh, there is an option to run in this game, okay. The more you know. What is that thing? Looks like Blanca and Reptile had a baby. Ugh. Well, seeing this is a Capcom game, that's definitely a more than a subtle nod to Blanca there. Oh, these guys can block, okay. But you can't block a knife. Yeah, I think overall my favourite character so far is Mustafa. He felt the most comfortable to play as. Jack's not bad though, but at the moment I would say it's probably Mustafa, then Hannah, then Jack, and then the muscle-bound guy who was somewhat facially challenged. Oh, lobster. Oh, we got an Uzi. And it looks like we're gonna need it. These guys certainly move quickly. Again, they kind of spin like Blanca, that's interesting. Okay, so we're into the village now. Oh, it's an ammonite. Remember I saw one of them in a museum once, it was absolutely huge. The thing was the size of a dinner table. You know, those guys with the shotguns, it reminds me, another game we'll have to play at some point is Sunset Riders. That was a really nice arcade game that I think I only played once or twice. Sort of a Western-themed scrolling beat-em-up. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh dear, you shot Jack's friend. This isn't going to end well for you, son. God, he's an ugly little spud as well, isn't he? Right, we'll go back to Mustafa now. There we go. Yeah, Mustafa handles kind of similar to Guy from Final Fight. You know, faster and maybe slightly weaker than the strong characters, but not like a kind of a not too weak. He still packs a punch, and he's got the flying kicks, which I definitely like. I'm all about the flying kicks. Oh, alright. Well, that's interesting. So he was a hadrosaur the whole... Not hadrosaur, sorry. I forget what those conehead dinosaurs are called. You know what I mean. It's good that even the bosses can still be... You can still walk up to them and smack them. There's no, like, invincibility frames or anything, which can get a bit obnoxious in some of these types of games where the boss just, you know, doesn't take normal damage, but these bosses do. But they'll still give you a good fight. Yeah. Oh dear, I just blew him to pieces. That was unpleasant. Sorry, old chap, I didn't mean to eviscerate you there, I just wanted to knock you out. Right, so when he does that running headbutt, you want to get out of the way and then try and grab him or do a combo soon afterwards. That seems to be the prevailing strategy here. Then of course if he hits you from distance, there's not a lot you can do about that. And he's down. Okay, now we move on to... Okay, so the Doctor must be our last boss, I take it. Jungle and Mine. Okay. Yep, again, I keep saying it, really nice combat in this game, really smooth, just feels really comfortable to play. I can imagine that this would have been a lot of fun in the arcades back in the day. Never saw it in an arcade anywhere near me though. And I'm guessing it's one of those games that's currently locked in copyright hell in terms of getting a home port of any kind, which is a shame. You know, Capcom could really, if they could somehow arrange the licenses, they could do a great sort of a 90s scrolling beat 'em up collection, you know, with this and AVP and Final Fight and all the, you know, put all those games on a set and I would definitely buy them. There was that Punisher game as well, which recently was on the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. That's one we'll have to do a playthrough of at some point as well. Punisher game was pretty good. Though I played the Mega Drive version, which was all right, but it wasn't anywhere near as good as the arcade original. Yeah, it's definitely, you can tell we're on one of the later levels here. It feels a lot, suddenly the combat's getting a lot more intense, and the bad guys are getting a lot more aggressive. But that's alright, that's what we're here for, it is a challenge. In any case, it's an arcade game, so we can keep playing till we win anyway. I'm quite glad that that games like this have made a comeback. Likes of Shredder's Revenge and the recent Power Rangers game, obviously Streets of Rage 4. Scrolling beat 'em ups are so much fun to play, and so simple in their design as well. But simple in a good way. Just, you know, pick it up and play. It's not rocket science, and it's fun. Now into the jungle. Oh, nice early 90s rain effects there. And kind of reminiscent of Streets of Rage 2. I'm staying away from those holes in the ground because I'm guessing those are going to open up at some point. Oh, thank you, big dinosaur. That was good of you. Can we bait him into... Ah, not quite. I think you all saw what I was trying to do there. These rather rotund fellows certainly pack a punch. Sorry. Ah, that was nice. And into the swamp again. I'll have to look up the source material of this and see what the story actually was, because I'm intrigued. Definitely not Blanca, comes back for round 2. And I see what they're going for here with some sort of human amphibian hybrid, but the hair just... The hair puts you straight into Blanca territory. So, not very subtle there, Capcom. But hey, you own the copyright on that character as well, so why not? You can't go any further. Oh dear. That looks pretty monstrous. Tyrogue. Oh god. Oh, this is some body horror stuff going on here. Let's take this guy out as quick as we can. Luckily I've already had my dinner. Not long now. There we go. That monstrosity is down. Oh, but it's latched onto somebody else now. Okay. So I guess it's the parasite itself that we have to take out rather than just the monster. Okay. Or is this a multi-stage boss? Kind of makes me wish I'd read the comic book beforehand so I had an idea what was going on here. But no, the whole point of first play is that I don't know what it's about and I have to find out as I go. No, being an early 90s game, exposition is not its strong suit. Okay, now he's down. Oh no. Oof. You remember that film Guyver? That kind of looks like one of the creatures from that. So I'm guessing this is just one of these multi-stage bosses that you have to just beat through each version of him until the end, and we can handle that. guessing next up is probably the last boss, I would imagine. Dr. Fessenden. The Vault. Okay. Looks strangely similar to level 1, but okay. I'll go with it. Something ominous hovering overhead there. I wonder what it is. Oh, it's a pterodactyl again. Ah, that was satisfying. I said before, I do like when you can do jumping attacks and hit multiple enemies with one attack. It's fun. Yeah, this is straight out of Streets of Rage 2. Or maybe this came before Streets of Rage 2, I'm not entirely sure. But good games kind of inform each other, don't they? Oof. Are we taking this inside? Yep. Oh, wait a minute, there's still more of these guys to deal with. And they're down. Okay. Yeah, even the regular enemies are doing a lot more damage now. We must be nearing the end, I assume. Though I'm enjoying this game, I wouldn't be too upset if it had another 5 or 6 levels, but I don't think it does. Okay. I wonder how this would work with a modern remake. You know, the whole dinosaur thing could be played up. Ah, and there's the obligatory elevator lift level. We need one of those in every game. Well, every game of this genre. That's the rules. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. But we're heading down into the mine now, so I guess this must be an underground lab where we face the last boss, because it wouldn't be sci-fi without some sort of underground lab or evil laboratory for the main villain to hang out in. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be some kind of deformed scientist, because that's what it usually is. Ooh, chocolate. That'll do. Oh. And we're down. But no, it's out. These rather rotund fellows have an annoying habit of you hit one of them and then the other one just shoulder barges you while you're in the middle of the attack. Okay. That music suggests that we're coming up on the boss, I think. Okay. Library. Well, these guys look like the sorts who would burn books rather than read them, but, you know, who am I to judge? And we're back in again. And we'll stick with Mustafa. Let's mollocate a few of these Blancas. Yeah, you can call it Bludge all you want, mate. That's obviously Blanca, and I won't hear anybody tell me otherwise. Oh, what's this? Kind of disappointing that the level opens up and it's just a bunch of generic bad guys. I was hoping for something a bit more challenging there, but that's okay. Ammonite. Oh, a club. Yeah, a girl once asked me if I wanted to go clubbing. I was as shocked as anybody when she produced those seals. Sorry. Bad joke, I know, but hey, it's one of those days. Yep, so there's the deformed mad scientist. These guys look like harder versions of that boomerang boss from earlier. They've got the same movement pattern though, pretty easy to follow. Slisaur. Okay, we got a kind of rally going here. Oh dear. Oops, I accidentally switched character there, but not to worry. Hannah's alright too. Something tells me I'm probably going to lose at least one more continue on this boss anyway, so. Again though, if you can get them in the right position, you can still launch normal attacks on them, which is good. The bosses feel difficult, but not unfairly so. And the difficulty ramps up in quite a... Eh? Oh. The difficulty ramps up in a way that is fair, but never you know, it never feels like it's too much. It's a good. The difficulty balance is surprisingly good for an arcade game. Is the point I'm trying to get at here. Okay, Mustafa. Alright, one of these guys is in red now, so it won't be long till he's down. Okay, one down, one to go. And again, much like Streets of Rage, the boss is tough, but you've also got to keep an eye on the minor enemies that join him. Yeah, give me a donut now when I've already just lost a life, yeah. Of course. What happens now? Into the basement. Our mad scientist has gone fully mad. Okay. This is going to be a boss rush, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, Dino, I really didn't want to do that, but you didn't give me much choice. Alright, the dinosaur's away now, he's safe, that's good. Okay, they're down. Moving on. Not quite sure what the point of those guys was. But anyway. Yeah, I knew one of them was going to jump out eventually. Tyrogue II. Kind of sounds like the title of a really low-budget monster film, doesn't it? Tyrogue II. The return of the return of the minimal budget. And we've got him. This place just gets lower and lower. But surely this is as far as we can sink, hopefully. Ouch. So I'm going to try and get past these flames now before I get wiped out completely. There we go. Ah, and there's some pizza. Sewers, pizza. I'm going to assume that's a Turtles reference. Oh, so we can actually punch out the pipes. Alright, didn't know that. Good to know. These guys don't seem to drop their rifles anymore, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, these can be punched out. Okay, let's do that. Ow. I admit it, it's quite fun having a continuous screen where you smack the boss in the face. It's original, I'll give them that. Yeah, this is a good game. This definitely gets a Tartan Samurai seal of approval. Pretty decent music for the time as well. Oh, now we're in a cave. It's when you thought we couldn't sink any lower. Pun entirely intended. Oh. Ah. Again, that is very reminiscent of Street Fighter II with the bouncing barrels bonus stage. Yeah, you just keep charging, son. Oh, that looked painful. Mace to the face. Oh, it seems the bad guys can injure each other as well. That's convenient. This guy certainly likes to jump about. That'll do for him. Could use some health here. Although this being an arcade game, I'm guessing we're probably not going to get any. Ha! Typical. Knocked out right in front of the health power-up. If that was my last credit in the arcade, I would have been raging. Yeah, not now it isn't. Ugh. And he's down. Right, this must be the last boss now, surely. Music is certainly sinister enough for a last boss. Yep, there he is. Oh, okay, and he's another Dino mutant. Funny how he doesn't have any henchmen though. Usually last bosses have loads of henchmen just to make it more difficult, but no, it's just him it would seem. For now, anyway. You know, it's funny hearing that Godzilla roar. It makes me think a Godzilla fighting game with these kind of graphics would be amazing. I mean, I know we got King of the Monsters, which was kind of supposed to be that, but nah, didn't quite land for me. The first King of the Monsters was great. The second one was awful, though. Okay. Ha! You just don't know when to give up, do you, son? Ugh. It's a... It looks like what happens when a xenomorph and two tyrannosaurs get together and produce something. So this must be the final form last boss, I guess. But then again, maybe not. We'll see. Grenade him anyway. Right. Oh, the running kick seems to be quite effective. Oh, follow up with a combo as well. That's handy. I think we found a strategy here. And there come the henchmen, because we can't have it being too easy, can we? Oh, oh dear. Oh, that looked painful. And he's down. Let's just grab the Rolex. Looks like we've got a pretty decent score here as well. The lab is going to explode. Run! Obligatory spelling mistake in the captions there. Oh no! Oh, don't tell me Jack and Hannah didn't make it. That's a bit of a grim way to end the game, isn't it? Oh dear. We're going to have to wait and see the... Hopefully there's a post-credit scene where the two of them are okay, because that would be a really sad way to finish what has otherwise been a good game. Again, as I've said before, sadly the credits here do not reflect the names of the actual programmers, thanks to early 90s Japanese paranoia about programmers being headhunted. Ah, there we are. Of course they're all right. That's better. The lesson there, kids, is always watch till the end of the credits. And that concludes today's playthrough of Cadillacs and Dinosaurs here on Tartan Samurai Gaming. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was a fun and interesting new experience. If you want to see more first time plays, retro playthroughs, and old classics that are personal favourites of mine, please like, share, subscribe, all the usual nonsense here on Tartan Samurai Gaming, and I will see you next time.